Hello, everybody. We should be live, and yes, we are. Hello, everybody. So the Montreal Canadiens played tonight at home against the Florida Panthers, and they would end up unfortunately losing. It was a final score of 4-3 in regulation. We were, of course, going to go over the game. Yeah, we're of course going to go over the game. We're going to go over everything that happened, and yeah. So no comments, surprisingly, to start. So we are going to get right into it. As comments come in, we will take a look at them. The opening lineups for the Canadiens were Caulfield, Suzuki, Anderson, Hoffman, Rem, Pitlick, and Dauphin. Real quick, I'm going to look because I might have accidentally made this game unlisted. Yeah, no, it's public. Never mind. All right, never mind. Hey, Clifford, how's it going, my guy? Thank you for coming by to the stream, good sir. Byron, Dvorak, Armia, and Pizzetta Evans or the offensive lineups. Edmondson, Petrie, Romanov, Savard, and Sheneman Weidman were the defense pairings. So neither of Justin Barron or William Legason got into the lineup tonight. Don't know if either of them will get into the lineup for the next game. I don't know if there's a defenseman you could really take out aside from Petrie, but making $6 million, you don't probably want to scratch him, you know. Jake Allen gets started net yet again, having played really damn good since his return to Montreal. And Samuel Montembeault backs him up as he's been pretty high. Opening lines for the Panthers were for Hagg, Barkov, Claude Giroux, Huberdeau, Bennett, Duclair, Marchment, Lusterreinen, Reinhart, and then Lomberg, Achari, and Hornqvist, Chiarot, Uyghur, Forsling, Gudaz, and Hagg, Montour with the defensive pairings. Spencer Knight surprisingly gets to start in net as I believe he's going to be a top 5 goalie in the league in a couple, maybe 6-7 years. I think Spencer Knight is going to be a legitimate top-tier goaltender in the NHL. And Bobrovsky, Sergei Variety backs him up, having been pretty good this year. Before the game, this is Ben Chiarot's first game as a Florida Panther, along with both Robert Hagg and Claude Giroux, and his first game back in Montreal after the trade. Canadiens would end up going to the power play just 20 seconds into the game. Huberdeau gets hit by Savard. He doesn't like it, goes after Savard, and it is a roughing penalty. We're getting into the game early, and we score right off the faceoff. Suzuki wins it to Weidman. Over to Caulfield, across to Suzuki, gets the shot, and a beautiful wrister pass night. 1-for-1 of the power play, one shot, one goal. And then 7 seconds later, Sasha Barkov ties it. Aleksander Barkov, Jeff Petrie lost his man, and Claude Giroux, his first point as a Florida Panther. Yeah, Sasha Barkov gets the tying goal, and what a way to respond. Savard was starting some shit in front of the net. I was really liking his play under Marty St. Louis. I'm genuinely thinking, even with guys like Chiarot and Savard, Ducharme just made the game unfun. If this is the type of game Savard's gonna bring, then let him bring this game. I think Spencer Martin went over. He will be pretty good too. I think he went 2-1 so far this season. Yeah, I like Spencer Martin too, Clifford. I think he's definitely going to be a really good starting goaltender. The only issue is you guys have Thrasher Demko. So unless you trade Spencer Martin to be a starting goaltender or you go with a 50-50 tandem type thing, then yeah, Spencer Martin is going to be kind of hindered, I think. But I do think he's going to be really, really good in the NHL. Yeah, Petrie lost his man, and it led to the goal. So typical Savard, or typical Petrie, sorry. Habs would then go to the penalty kill. It was a holding penalty against Laurent Dauphin. Suzuki in the zone with nice job killing it off. Just kind of skating around the back of the net. You know, guys were going for line changes. They were tired. Really liked how we were killing it off. And then great job killing it off, not letting Panthers get into it despite their 3 shots. We were 1-for-1 on the PK tonight. Gabriel, how's it going, my good sir? Thank you for coming by. Caulfield with a really solid chance on his former teammate, Spencer Knight. I believe they were former teammates. Habs then tried to get sub-league, but the Panthers were all over the puck. Lots of shots early in the contest. I believe the shots were 9-3 Panthers at some point. And, yeah, Panthers with more chances. Marchment with a smart play to draw a roughing penalty against Corey Sheneman, the 25-year-old. Habs with an near turnover goal on a turnover. Byron almost got the puck turned over again. He was able to swat at it, but just wasn't fast enough to recover. Panthers pressured, but no shots. Great shot blocks, though, by Edmondson and Romanoff. So we were 2 for 2 on the PK tonight. Panthers dominated some more. Habs playing pure defense for a while. Canadiens had a few near breaks, but the Panthers knew what to expect. They were defending very well. Then we went to the PK again. Suzuki gets called for tripping. A lot of bad penalties for the Canadiens to take. But we would, spoiler alert, kill this one off too. We good PK, managing some good clears. Evans against the boards clears a lot of time in the Panthers zone. Sorry, boys. We were 3 for 3 on the PK tonight. And then we get into the really crazy portion of the first period. Evans on a breakaway. He gets covered, but a really good save by Knight. Marchment back the other way. A clean breakaway, but Allen makes the save. And then Romanoff rocks Marchment against the boards. And then right in front of the net on a turnover, Armia right in front gets stopped by Spencer Knight. Was not able to lift the puck. This is still tied. Great game, back and forth action. Was really enjoying it so far. Panthers pushed in the final 30 seconds. 2 easy saves, stopped by Allen. So the shots at the end of the first are 16-6 for the Panthers, and it is a 1-1 tie. Byron on a near break, but Chiarot stops him. Very weird to say that with Chiarot not on the team anymore. Then the Panthers score. Sheneman blows a tire, and Marchment gets a good shot, gets the wraparound off a rebound, and he gets the goal. So 2-1 Panthers lead. Sorry, boys. Panthers pressured more, and Jake Allen with an amazing post-to-post save prevents a 3-1 lead. Sorry, boys, again. Panthers with more chances, but Allen makes the stops. Shots were 20-7. Panthers 3 minutes into the second. Yeah. Shots were massively in favor of the Panthers. Habs pushed. They got some good looks. Caulfield gets 2 looks, but just misses the net twice in front. And then we score. On the line change, Evans gets the tip in front from Romanoff and Hoffman. So it is a 2-2 tie game. That is his 9th goal of the season. Jake Evans proving that he is going to be well worth that $1.8 million that he's getting paid for the next 3 seasons after this one. Love the play out of Jake Evans. Great defensive forward. He can put some goals in once in a while when he needs to. And this was a time that he needed to. And he did. Panthers pushed. Habs were trying to fight back. Really great hit in the corner by Michael Pezzetta. Then the Panthers score 3-2 now off of a potential high stick goal by Anthony Duclair. Oh, yeah, by the way, Robert Hagg apparently also got a point on that first goal, allegedly. So I forgot to mention that. I knew for sure Claude Giroux did, but apparently so did Robert Hagg. But yeah, it is a possible high stick by Anthony Duclair. And now Chiarot, Hagg, and Giroux all get points in their Panthers debut. So Giroux is point per game with the Panthers and is not with the Flyers. I think that is pretty goddamn funny. Yeah, so Chiarot gets the shot. Duclair tips it. Looked like it was possibly high. Marty St. Louis decided not to challenge. I'm personally for it, even though technically that could have been the goal that ended up being the tie, and we maybe win in overtime. No guarantees. Panthers probably would have destroyed us in overtime. But, you know, I understand not challenging it. I personally wouldn't have. I think it was very, very too close to call. You know, regardless of if it was at the crossbar or at shoulder length, I think it would have been a really good goal. Maybe, very maybe called back, but I don't know. Caulfield then gets a good. Canucks tied it up. It's 2-2 Canucks well with 11 minutes left in the third. Well, you know what? Let's go Canucks. Get at least the point. Go to overtime, my guy. Clifford, thank you for the updates. I appreciate it, my good sir. Very, very dead chat, surprisingly. Not that I'm complaining. I'm happy with getting through the games this quickly. I'm kind of happy about that. But yeah, I thank you for the updates. I appreciate it. Surprised with how dead the chat is, given how fun this game was. Canadiens then went to the power play. Caulfield drew a slashing penalty on Duclair. Kids, weren't able to get much as about 30 seconds in. Anderson takes a very awkward tripping penalty, so we were 1 for 2 on the power play. Habs pressured with the 4-on-4. We got some really good shots away. Then a really, really iffy icing call as Petrie gets to the puck first. Habs fans are pissed in the on that icing. They were really letting the refs have it with the boos. And I would say rightfully so, because I think that was one of the few calls that the refs actually messed up tonight. Yeah. Hey, Randy, how's it going, my guy? Yeah, exactly, Ale. The fact that Habs were in this game, it's like, wow. Like, we are going to be legit next year. If we keep Marty St. Louis, if we keep what the core of this team is, probably going to have a few revolving guys. Maybe, for example, Sheneman might not be in. Weidman might not be here next year. For some reason, maybe Laurent Dauphin. I like Laurent Dauphin, but say, for example, he's not here. I think our bottom six and bottom pair defense might change. I do think Sheneman is going to get a chance next year, though. But, if we keep what this core team is, I think we definitely have a shot at the playoffs next year. It's strange. You know where Jumbo Joe was tonight? He was sitting in the press box, Clifford. He was not playing tonight, surprisingly. And exactly, he come off an injury and he scored last game. I told my dad that, Joe Thornton, like they were mentioning on the broadcast, Joe Thornton, he just scored last game and, he's a healthy scratch tonight. I was like, that's how deep the Panthers are. Joe Thornton can score because they were talking about last game. Spencer and I got a 17-save shutout, and I believe they said the first time in Panthers history that a goaltender under 20 or under 21 or something like that got a shutout and a play over 40 scored because Joe Thornton scored. And they were talking about, he's a healthy scratch tonight. And I told my dad, that's how deep the Panthers are. Jumbo Joe can score last game, and then he's a healthy scratch tonight, and they're perfectly fine. Like, it's really weird. Byron going to be A for E. A force. Oh, I should have known that. A force on the power play next year. Yeah, Randy, I really like Byron since he's come back. What was it now? Fucking three-game point streak? Freaking 3-game point streak for Byron. He's looked really good since he's come back from injury. I think you do keep him. I don't know if you keep him after next year just because you're going to have a lot of young guys who are going to be coming into the lineup. Maybe you keep him. I think it depends. If he'll do, say, 1 year, $1 million, maybe $1.5 million. I think if he'll come back to a quite cheap deal to stay with the Canadiens in like a fourth line role, I think maybe you keep him. I think it depends how many guys are seen as NHL ready, and because I could say right now, Habs to keep Byron, using him in the bottom six role, and then either A, next year Byron just falls off offensively or defensively or both, or B, there's just guys that outplay him for that role, So, right now, I will say Byron does look really good. I would like to keep him after next year. It all depends on what his contract what he wants, if he's willing to stay with the team for a somewhat cheap deal, and if we just want to bring him back. So, yeah. For me, if your top six can produce and your top 4 D-men are solid and get Price back, Ale, yeah, I could maybe see that. I could maybe see that, Ale. I think if the core guys like Suzuki, Caulfield, Hoffman, if he stays in the top 6, I mean it depends because it all depends on again who could be NHL ready. For example, Sean Farrell, I don't think it's going to be next year, but for example, somehow Sean Farrell is like legit ready for next season, comes in and he's immediate top 6 forward, for example. Then, I can't say like, this player might be a top 6, But, for example, if our core players like Suzuki, Caulfield, Hoffman, I was going to say Toffoli, Anderson, if these guys produce, and, like you said, the top 4 defensemen, if we keep them, Petrie, Edmondson, Romanoff, and whoever else is there, if they're solid and exactly, if we get Price back, which apparently next week or 2, it's rumored Price may be back if he's already taking shots in practice, which I think he could. I think Price could be back sooner rather than later. But yeah, I agree. I don't know about top 10 in the league, but I do think we'll be pretty solid. Gabriel, you can't say poverty franchise to Vegas. You have to say that to you have to say that to Ottawa. Because they told Vegas that the no trade clause or no movement clause, whatever Dadonov has, they told them that they told Vegas that it was null and void because he didn't send the teams in. He didn't send the teams in time. So Ottawa's a poverty franchise. I mean, I think it's still funny that Vegas has to keep him, but you can't blame that solely on Vegas. That has to be on Ottawa. But yeah, Randy, I agree. Panthers definitely dominated the offensive zone, but we did keep with them. And we only held them to a victory by 1 goal. They scored their typical 4 goals a game, but it's They're literally first in the league in goals for per game. Goals for per game. If we'd held them to 3 and under, I would have been happy. I'm content with keeping them to 4 because all 4 of their goals were pretty solid for the most part. Gabriel, I did not see that. If you could post that on the Discord, that'd be sick. Because like, was it a live stream or was it like, hey, or was it like a thing on Twitter where it was like, hey, send us your questions and we'll get Hughes and Gordon to answer? Because if it was a live thing, fuck, I wish I'd seen that live because that would have been sick. That's why you guys did so bad this year. Exactly, Ale. We had no Price. Our former head coach was a dumbass. Injuries and COVID and just kind of sucked. Holy shit, Clifford. JT Miller had a 13-game point streak. Canucks got shut out. 4 games later, he's on a 4-game point streak. Holy shit. Clifford, don't trade JT Miller unless you're getting like 3 first-round picks plus for the guy because holy shit, he is turning into a top 10 player in the NHL. What'd you guys give up from like fucking a 1? What'd you guys get rid of for him? Like a fucking first and a third or something like that? It's like, wow. Yeah, Randy, I think Weidman, I'm surprised we didn't trade him at the deadline. I guess there just wasn't a buyer for him. But he's putting up a decent amount of points. I could see Weidman signing somewhere next year, maybe 1 year, $2 million, just because of the amount of points he's producing. He's a good bottom 6 guy. Well, yeah, I guess technically bottom 6, but a good bottom pair guy. Good on the power play occasionally, you know. But yeah, I like Shenneman, Randy. I don't know if I see him playing next year. I like him, but I think it all depends on if there's a defenseman or two that really, really impress in training camp and preseason, you know. But I do think Shenneman will get at least a chance, obviously, in preseason because that's where all the rookies are going to play. Randy, surprisingly, Justin Barron did not play, surprisingly. Surprisingly, Barron did not play tonight. I guess they're giving him like what we've given other players. We're just giving him a couple practices to get into Montreal and fit their system, and then they get into the lineup. So if I were to guess, I think Barron maybe gets into the Leafs game, but I think he gets into for sure the next Panthers game on Tuesday. I do think he gets in there. Ale, I don't know about Andrew Comp. I don't know if we need another center in our organization right now. I feel like, dependent, of course, on who we get in the draft. You know, if we get, for example, Brad Lambert, he's not going to fit into the lineup right away. But if we get Shane Wright, then yeah, there's not really a need for Andrew Comp. I don't know about Andrew Comp, honestly. I don't know if he'd be a good fit. Forsberg, I'd be interested in Forsberg, Gabriel. I would love Johnny Gaudreau, though. If somehow he gets to free agency, I would love Johnny Gaudreau. Yeah, exactly, Gabriel. The Golden Knights organization is still a joke. They lost to the Canadiens last year. Forsberg would be a nice sign. Yeah, I like Forsberg, but I would be more of a Johnny Gaudreau fan, personally. Saw that live questions. Hey, yeah, Randy. Hey. I like how all you guys seem to have seen it except for me. I like that. It's funny. Thank you, Gabriel. It's a 20-minute vid. Oh, I love that. I'll listen to that later, probably. A first-round pick. Clifford, that's a fucking steal. Even if that first was, for example, this year, and somehow you missed the playoffs, I think you guys are fine giving up a first this year. You got JT Miller. Really good game as expected. Last one we kept it close. Yeah, exactly. Because we kept it closer than I thought. Weirdly enough, I thought, okay, if we win, it's going to be on like a shootout. If the Panthers win, I actually thought it was going to be like, oh, hey, you know, Panthers are going to win like 6-1 or something. I don't know why I thought it was going to be that. But yeah, I'm very impressed with how the Canadiens kept up. Even if we did play very, very defensive and only got 30 shots because of kind of our power play and right at the end of the game. But I was really happy with what we did to keep it close with Florida. You know, plus, you know, like Randy said, even though we did get offensively dominated, it's Florida. I think we can understand getting, you know, offensively dominated by Florida. I think people could understand that. Yeah, Gabriel. I wouldn't mind Forsberg, depending on the contract, but I would definitely prefer Johnny Gaudreau. I used to call Johnny Gaudreau Johnny Too Slow. Not anymore. Yeah, Clifford. He is, what is he, like top 10 in point scoring this year, I think? Something like that. Top 10, top 20, something crazy like that. He is definitely incredible. And that's what sucks is that this is likely a probable career year for him. I think he's still going to be really good next year and for the next couple of years. But I don't think he's going to hit the points he's hitting this year. I think this is definitely a big like career year for him. But that's not to say like, oh, say he has 93 points at the end of the year. That's not like saying, oh, he's going to get, you know, 50 next year. Like, no, he's still going to be a good like 70, 65, 75 point scorer, I think. But it's just like, you know, he's not going to hit those heights again. You know, I'm hoping that if we get Johnny Gaudreau, it's not an overpayment, which given Kent Hughes given how he's kind of a stickler as an agent, I don't think we're going to be overpaying anybody. Going to be overpaying anybody in free agency. You know, if we sign Gaudreau, I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow got him for like $5 million. That's how fucking good Kent Hughes seems to be. And Jeff Gordon too, you know? So, hell yeah. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe we don't go for one of the major, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we didn't go for one of the, you know, major free agents and got a guy who's like, really, Habs went for this guy? And then he ends up doing really good in Montreal because A, Marty St. Louis, and B, clicks with the team, you know? JT Miller was traded to the Vancouver Canucks to the Tampa Lightning by the Lightning for goalie Marek Mazanik. Marek Mazanik, baby. You think the Habs get... Oh, sorry, I completely skipped over you, Ale. I'm sorry. Sorry. You think the Habs get lucky in the draft and move up to, the top 5? Well, Ale, given we are literally the worst team in the league right now, I don't think it's lucky to move up from number 1 to number 1. Because at that point, you're moving to number 0, and that means you're not even in the draft, which, oh, God, please don't let that happen. But no, if somehow, say, we get 3rd or 4th worst team in the league, I think we can maybe jump to 2nd, maybe 1st. I think it's all dependent on the exactly, really, because we're last in the league, exactly. But if we finish, say, 3rd, 4th worst, I think the odds are kind of a little bit. I think we might get lucky and be able to get 1st overall. You know, league does like money, and if they do, they rig it first to get 1st. I'm just saying. But yeah, so goalie Marek Mazanik. I remember he was like, oh yeah, Marek Mazanik, he's gonna be really good. A 3rd round pick in the 2019 draft and a conditional 1st in the 2020 draft. Was that condition meant, Clifford? Was that condition meant? Because if not, holy shit, a 3rd and a goalie prospect who's at most the 3rd string. Yeah, that's bad for Tampa. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, where's Marek Mazanik? I have no clue, Clifford. I'm currently looking at toxic Leafs fans on Twitter talking shit because we lost to Florida. Exactly, Gabriel. You know, I think I'm gonna start a TikTok just so in the summer in the playoffs I can talk shit about the Leafs losing to Florida in the playoffs when it happens in the 1st round. Look at Detroit. I mean, hey, it's Detroit. They've had too many years of dominance. They can afford it. Hell yeah, Randy Habs on point. Grace is good. Zach, oh, don't tell me you guys lost to the Senators. Zach, don't tell me you guys lost to the Senators. Just check. Dano has 19 goals, 37 points. Not bad. Imagine we sign Gaudreau and have a top 6. Yeah, right. Gaudreau, Suzuki, and Caulfield, and add Anderson to that. God damn, that's good. Showtime. I agree. Holy shit, that game opened up. Zach, my fucking condolences, my guy. So, who are you guys selecting with your 1st round pick then? Yeah. Rebuilding means, well, Randy, here's the thing. We're not rebuilding. Apparently, the rebuild is out after this year just because apparently, yeah, we're apparently a really good team when we have a right head coach and our team clicks. Apparently, we're a pretty good team. So, you know, plus given the fact we have, 13 draft picks this year? Or 14, 15, something crazy like that. But yeah, you know, I think the rebuild after this year is probably done. I think we will probably try and keep most of our draft picks for next year too, because I think we have a couple extra. Yeah, we have 1 first, I think 2 thirds, and a couple extra picks. So yeah, I think we're gonna keep the picks and kind of do what Bergevin did in that you gain more draft picks and kind of rebuild on the spot. You contend, but you go for a rebuild at the same time. Not rebuild, but you get more good prospects, basically. If you sign either Forsberg or Giroux, what would be the max amount for each of them that you would pay them? That is a good question, Gabriel. Thank you. By the way, I hope you guys can hear me and aren't too bothered by the webcam audio. I'm still working on getting a new mic eventually. If we sign either Forsberg or Giroux, what would be the max amount? Giroux probably, I don't know, even he's probably going to be a 2nd-line player for us because I don't see us breaking up that line of Caulfield, Suzuki, Anderson in the near future. I don't know, maybe 6.5. I don't know, 6.5. Forsberg, probably 6. I don't know. I like Gaudreau a little more than Forsberg. I don't watch much Nashville, so I don't know how Forsberg is doing, you know, so I'm a bit, you know, contrived about that. We aren't really rebuilding. Exactly. We're doing a quick reconstruction. We already have big pieces. Exactly. Showtime. Bergevin did the bulk of the rebuilding on the fly for us. That the Canucks make the playoffs in 2020. And yes, okay, thank you, Clifford. So yeah, I'm sure you're more than happy. To give that up for JT Miller. Oh shit, yeah, we're the worst team in the league. Yeah, it's Arizona, Islanders, Sharks, Devils, Kraken, and the Habs. Yeah, it's I want to say it's Habs, Phoenix, Kraken, Devils, Sharks, Islanders. I want to say, but Islanders have been winning lately. I think they beat the. I forget who they're playing tonight. I think they beat Detroit. I think they shut them out actually. Harry, you should make a TikTok account and post one TikTok for your make a TikTok right after you lose first round. Bro, Gabriel, I should pose as a Leafs fan. I should pose as a Leafs fan on TikTok. And every year when they're out in the first round, just post a video of me crying like, oh, the Leafs, I can't believe they're out. And just do that once a year. Oh my God, that'd be hilarious. Like, I cry while I, like, recap all their failures in that season. Be like, I can't believe we did this and this and this and this. And then we lost in the first round. You know, I could recap that. That'd be really funny, actually, Gabriel. That should be kind of funny. Zach, see you soon, my guy. Good luck driving. Send Carter my wishes. Wishes of what? Make some up. As long as we have price, we ain't rebuilding. Exactly, Lucas. I mean, to be fair, this still could go wrong. Price could still not be ready. So, you know, like, I'm obviously not saying, oh, I hope Price retires. No, still complete opposite. I hope he comes back and has a fucking amazing year. You know, not saying he will have an amazing year or that the expectation is that, you know. The expectation is just that hopefully he comes back to play. It's more support that he comes back to play. You know, it's not, oh, Price better come back to play. You know, it's like, you know, if Price comes back to play, fuck yeah, that's awesome. You know, exactly. You guys know what I mean. I didn't have to explain myself. I don't know why I did, but I did. But yeah, there was a very brief power play. Panthers push, they didn't get much. It was only 30 seconds. So yeah, 4 for 4 on the PK tonight. If Price does not play again, is his money still in their cap? Lucas, I don't believe so, because if he does what Weber does and isn't ever able to play, I believe we can put him on LTIR and we gain that $10.5 million in cap space. I want to say we gain that $10.5 million. If he retires, I don't know actually. If someone could help me out with that, I don't know if money or part of his money stays on our cap if he simply retires instead of going to LTIR. I forget. Then Montour's shot goes off the post. And out. Great cross crease pass there. Nearly made it 4-2. Canadians then had more push. They were trying to get the tying goal. More looks. Canadians then get some more chances, but Panthers back the other way. We're looking to extend the lead. Panthers were really damn good. But the Habs go to the power play. There was a puck played with a high stick, and the whistle goes. Turns out it's delay of game for puck over glass. Very, very big props to whichever referee caught that because, yeah, the puck was out and played back in, so it is delay of game. Did you hear that all the GMs will meet up to discuss if they should further have no cap in playoffs? Gabriel, I did. I think that'd be fucking stupid. I don't think there should be a salary cap in the playoffs. On one hand, I can kind of understand because, like, oh, like preseason, there's no cap, but like that's understandable because the games kind of mean nothing. And plus, you know, it's just a way to get your prospects playing. Regular season, obviously, it's understandable, but like playoffs, like I don't know. Like here's the thing: I feel like if you're a team that say Vancouver gets into the playoffs, or say Quinn Hughes gets legitimately hurt and is out the rest of the regular season. Say he's due to come back in, say Game 6 of the first round. Say Canucks are up 3-2 and they're able to eliminate Minnesota again. Let's just say, and Quinn Hughes comes back to the lineup. But there's a salary cap. Say they go $2 million over. I don't think they should be allowed. Or I don't think it should be a penalty or, hey, you have to send someone down so you're cap compliant. I don't think there should be a salary cap in the playoffs, personally. You know, does it allow teams like Tampa and maybe Vegas to make the playoffs to quote-unquote cheat and go over the salary cap? Yeah. Do I think it's a big deal? Looking back on Tampa, yeah, probably not. Probably not, you know, because, I mean, it's in the rule book. You know, it's legal. Yeah, Gabriel, look what happened with Kucherov. Yeah, looking back, it was legal. Sure, yeah, it sucks that they cheated to win the cup, but I mean, hey, it's in the rule book. It's legal what they did. That's on the NHL, and they should fix that rule. They should fix that rule to not allow, you know, they should fix that rule to where if a player is healthy and they are able to play, and they feel they are able to play, they should be inserted into the lineup, and they should make that. The NHL needs to correct what their mistake was. I find it funny. The whole league by implementing a salary cap in the playoffs. You punish the team that wants to go over the cap with an illegitimate injury. Exactly, Darkness. It's legal. Is it morally right? You can debate that. The Cup last year is legit. Exactly, Darkness. I mean, some would argue it's not legit because they beat the Canadiens, and to them I'd say, fuck you. When was the last time your team won a Cup? But but yeah, the Cup last year was legit. I think they should do it so the max they can go over is like 5 or 10 million if they did what Tampa did. Well, Gabriel, here's the thing. We can talk about 18 million all we want. It really kind of wasn't 18 million. They had what? They have what? Marian Hossa, who was never going to play again. So that's pretty much, I think, 6 million of dead cap, I want to say. They had goaltender. I forget who it was. They had a goaltender on LTIR. That's dead cap because I think he's retiring or did retire after last year. And then they had Kucherov, So really, they were only pretty much 8 million over the cap. I think setting a limit exactly, like I think 5, maybe. I think 10 million is reasonable because that's where no team realistically is going over that salary cap. But the whole 18 million over the cap thing was kind of stupid, anyways. Because for me, I think it was stupid because again, Marian Hossa was never going to play another NHL game. So I find it weird that people are saying, "Oh, Tampa's 18 million over the cap," when it's like, again, not really. They were more so only 8 million over the cap because Hossa again was never going to play in the NHL. And that goaltender who was legitimately injured or whatever. So you can say 18 million over the cap all you want, but I don't think it really was 18 million over the cap. 2-2 into overtime. We got the point. Hell yeah, Clifford. Let's go. Let's go Canucks, baby. Let's go Canucks. Let's do that hockey thing. Hell yeah. Come on, boys. But yeah. Where am I? Chiarot goes to the box. Habs looked like fucking trash. They couldn't get anything set up on the power play at all. Shots are 31-21 Panthers. They had a 3-2 lead too. Canadiens, nothing on the power play with 15 seconds left to start the third. 1 for 3 on the power play tonight. Canadiens then get a close chance, but there was no goal as we were starting to get momentum. Anderson then gets on a breakaway, but there's no goal. The puck just hit a rough patch, and it bounced on him. Probably would have tied the game up there. Then there's a missed holding penalty against the Panthers, but we would go back to the power play shortly after. Interference on Jake Evans. The guy interfered with Jake Evans, and yeah. Caulfield and Suzuki getting your chances. Sheneman has earned power play time over Petrie. How I hope we get rid of Petrie in the offseason when Corey Sheneman is getting power play time over him. 1-4 on the power play tonight, and then the Panthers go to the power play. Anderson gets called for tripping. It's another tough penalty for him to take. He's got to watch his stick more. And it's 4-2 Panthers. Sam Reinhart scores off a face-off. Just a really bad squeaker pass. Jake Allen. And yeah, 4 for 5 on the PK tonight. That breaks our perfect PK streak. We've been really damn good on the penalty kill since Marty St. Louis taken over. I got to point that out. Canadiens more looks, but nothing too major. Panthers with good defense. Then there was a pass just too hard to Suzuki. Couldn't settle in time. Wide open net. That would have brought the lead, the deficit to 1. Yeah. Damn, Clifford. Yeah, Erickson after the OT winner. Shit, man. I mean, hey, Clifford, like you said, you guys got a point. I think you guys are only, maybe 4 points out, I think. Let me look up the NHL standings. I actually want to see, A, where the Canadiens are, and B, where the Canucks are. Because I believe we should be last place. I believe we still should be dead last. It's all dependent. There you go. NHL standings. I like how my Discord simply comes up. Had Montreal won the Cup last year, the sentence, as weird as it sounds, would have been real. Yeah, the last Western Conference team to win the Stanley Cup, the Montreal Canadiens. Holy shit, Darkness. Yeah, that would have been hilarious. That would have been a really funny sentence to be able to say. The last Western Conference team to win the Cup, the Montreal Canadiens. I like that. You're 2 points out. Okay, I'll look real quick. I want to point out, guys, do you guys remember when the Detroit Red Do you guys remember when the Detroit Red Wings were like neck and neck with the Bruins for a playoff spot? Also, by the way, boys, right now, if the playoff race stands right where it is, I believe, would be getting Panthers, Lightning, Maple Leafs, Bruins. I just want to point that out. We'd be getting Panthers, Lightning, Maple Leafs, Bruins right now. Holy shit. You're third in the Central Darkness. Thank you. You guys. Nope. Apparently, the St. Louis Blues are second in the Central right now, actually. So, yep, Golden Knights. Yep, the Golden Knights are, ahead of you guys by 2 points. And you guys, so technically you're 3 points out on Dallas, who's also winning games. By the way, boys, can we get a big rip in the chat? The fucking Anaheim, who fucking 8-game losing streak, worst in the league right now. Very unfortunate. Yeah, so 44 points. Ah, shit, we're fucking... Okay. Good news, boys. We are tied with the Coyotes, but they have a game in hand. Very good, very good. Maple Leafs might win that first round. Lucas, give us the Bruins. No, they won't. Oh, it hasn't updated. Okay, so yeah, then you guys are... Yeah. Okay, with the win. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Darkness. Yeah, the win. Yeah, exactly. Gabriel, I don't know. I don't think the Panthers burn out in the first round. I don't think they do, my guy. Okay, thank you, Clifford. Yeah, they haven't updated. Yeah, huge. Oh shit. Clifford, yeah, that game, I don't think it will, but that could maybe determine who makes the playoffs and who doesn't. That's going to be a really interesting game on Saturday. Holy shit, that would be a hell of a game. Wow. God damn. Who would have thunked it? Yeah, Darkness, exactly. You guys can either get swept or go all the way. That's how inconsistent you guys are. You guys should have traded. You guys should bring up James Neal. I'm just saying. You guys should re-sign James Neal. Sucks, you know? Canadiens and Canadiens more looks. Nothing was going into the back of the net for them, though. Chiarot and Anderson then kind of went at it, pushing and shoving. I thought they were in a fight, apparently. This game was very physical. Savard was starting shit in the first. I didn't see much from him in the second and the third. But, Canadiens and Panthers, this is looking like it's a kind of underrated, rivalry right now. You know, they've been going at it since, like, 2018 with kind of ferocity, you know. Then Caulfield gets cross-checked behind the Panthers net. No call because, of course, there isn't. Then Panthers off a turnover, get a good chance in front. Canadiens more push. They weren't able to turn over. Dallas will get the second wildcard spot. They have 3 more points than Vegas, who's outside of a wildcard spot, and they've played 3 games less too. Well, you know what? That would be fucking hilarious to see the Golden Knights get out of the playoffs. However, it is going to be sad seeing Vegas Golden Knights without 100% playoff rate because I think that's a really cool thing. That very sucks. But at the same time, it is cool to also see Seattle 0% playoff rate after this year. That is also going to be very, very fun. The Blues have a higher points percentage against playoff teams. Well, Darkness. That's good then. That means against playoff teams, you guys stand a chance maybe. I'm just saying. But, Gabriel, I mean, I'm going for Vancouver to get that second wildcard spot because, God damn it, the fans need it. Their goddamn fans need it. But, I mean, hey, Dallas, we'll see. It'd be cool to get Radja Cup, but it's Dallas. They're probably out in the first round, to be honest. Gabriel, they do deserve to be out of the playoffs. Vegas Golden Rush cannot be allowed to compete for the cup. I agree, my good sir. So, bold strategy by Marty St. Louis, pulling the goaltender with 5 minutes left. Canadiens pushed. Caulfield and Suzuki with near chances. Hoffman, unfortunately, not in place for a wide-open net. Then there's a face-off at center ice because the puck comes out of the zone. Very smart play to put Allen back in. And we score right in front. Big Daddy Paul Byron. 4-3, the assist to Dvorak and Armia. 3-game point streak for Byron and Armia all of a sudden. Armia's trade value going up. Probably looking like he's getting dealt in the offseason. This is a game. Then we went to the power play. About 20 seconds after we score, Carter Hagg puts the puck over the glass. Clean over, delay of game. Canadiens pull the goalie. This is getting good. Actually, funny enough, when we first pulled the goalie, there's a shot that nearly went to the empty net. And then on the power play, puck sent down barely about 3 inches wide of the net. thankfully. Who do you think wins Rocket Richard? Currently, Matthews has through more than second-place player Draisaitl. Probably Ovechkin. Wouldn't surprise me. Actually, before I say Ovechkin, before I for sure say Ovechkin, let me look up the goals leaders. Because Ovi might be 10 back. I don't think he is. Stat leaders. I don't want all time. Jesus. Holy shit. There's no way Johnny Hockey is 4th in league scoring right now. All right, thank you, ESPN, by the way, for the stats. I'll let that load for a second. Ovi's at 40. Okay. Goals. Here we go. All right, so Matthews, Draisaitl, Kreider, Ovi, Connor are the top 5. I think Ovechkin's going to get it. I think Ovechkin can get it just because he is playing out of his goddamn mind right now. Ovechkin, Matthews is going to dry it by the end of the year. I don't think he's going to hit 60. Draisaitl is going to be really close, but I do think Ovechkin's going to get it. Ovi is a guy who can go off for fucking 3 goals in a game and then 5 goals in the next 3. You know, he's a dude that, you know, I see Ovi getting that. I see Ovi getting the scoring title yet again. And I think whenever Ovi does retire, I do think the Rocket Richard becomes the Alexander Ovechkin award. At least it should. I think so. And this is coming from a fucking Habs fan who's goddamn one of his players is named the goddamn award winner right now. By the way, I want to point out Freddie Anderson is probably going to win the goddamn Vezina. 2.06 goals against average and a 926 save percentage. Absolutely insane. I just want to point that out. Also, funny enough, Andrei Vasilevsky, 32 wins and not in the top 5 for save percentage or goals against average. You love to see it. Oh, yeah, Vasilevsky, best goalie in the league. Yeah. Try again, baby. Yeah. By the way, I want to point out again, boys, Draisaitl over McDavid once again. Yeah, we unfortunately not able to score. We pushed really hard. We pressured really, really hard. 1 for 5 on the power play tonight. Really hoping that Tampa doesn't make it far this year. Randy, me too, man. I'm really hoping to get out in the first round, especially if it's against Florida. If it's against Toronto, even though I'm not a massive fan of Toronto, I cheer for them for my best friend and a couple other Leafs fans that are my friends. I think it'd be fucking hilarious for Toronto to end their first round streak. Yeah, again, I think it'd be hilarious for Tampa to lose to a team that hasn't gotten out of the first round in almost 20 fucking years. Yeah, I think it'd be hilarious. Do you think Montreal goes for Samsonov as rumored in the past? I don't know, Showtime. Apparently, there was a big deal rumored between Montreal and Arizona. I don't think it was for Chychrun because the player, if it was Chychrun, it would have been announced. But apparently, there was a very big deal in place or being talked about with the Arizona Coyotes that just didn't. It involved roster players, but apparently just didn't go anywhere. I don't know if they're talking about like last season when we acquired Dvorak, or if they're talking about like at the deadline, you know. So that is that's going to be very interesting. It was the Weber LTIR. Oh, Showtime. That would make sense. Actually, that would make sense. I say Savitri gets 60 goals in the last 15 games. Yeah, Gabriel, that's about accurate. Panthers haven't made it out of the first round since 1996. If I'm not mistaken, that's why I still have the Leafs beating them. Gabriel, but the Leafs are chokers, my guy. The Leafs are very mental chokers. I don't think they have what it takes to get out of the first round. Personally, I genuinely don't think they have what it takes. I want to believe that they'll make it out, but I don't think so. I don't think that the the Toronto Maple Leafs have what it takes to get out of the first round of the playoffs. At least personally, I don't think so. I don't believe that. But yeah, Showtime. Samsonov. I don't know. I don't know if we go for Samsonov because like we're probably gonna have Price and Allen next year. I don't know if we want to get rid of either one of them because I think Price and Allen is a good tandem. Samsonov is a starting goaltender, and you're not gonna have a $10.5 million backup. You're not gonna have a $10.5 million backup. And you're not going to have a guy who is an NHL level starter. You're not going to have him back up Carey Price. You know, I don't know if you want to go with a 1-2 tandem since Price and Allen works really well for us right now. But I mean, hey, we'll see. I don't think we will go after Samsonov unless the price is like pretty cheap. But again, we'll see. It could be a Boston-Toronto rematch. Showtime. It could be. If the playoffs started right now, it would be. It would be Boston-Toronto right now. So yeah, I think that is very, 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 very funny. Pro tip: at the end of the regular season, before you make your playoff bracket, look at the President's Trophy winner and do not pick them to win the cup. The first place team rarely wins. Oh, well, Gabriel, I mean, here's the thing. It's because they've played so much harder than most of the other teams most of the time. By the way, I want to point out, Gabriel, you commented, and it's saying I have currently 0 viewers, so thank you for hacking. But yeah, no, I barely picked the President's Trophy winner to win the cup anyways. Who was it last year? I think it wasn't it? No, 2 seasons ago it was Boston. Which is so weird to think 2 years ago the President's Trophy winner was fucking Boston. Showtime, you're hacking too, because it still says 0 viewers, weirdly enough for me. But yeah, who was it last year? I think it was, yeah, who won the Presidents last year? Was it Colorado? Vegas, maybe? I forget who won the Presidents, but yeah, I rarely pick the Presidents to win the cup unless they're a team like Florida this year, in which it was Avs. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, it was the Avs. Yeah. But yeah, unless it's a team like Florida, who I believe is set to take the President's Trophy right now, and they're just looking really good, like they are. I do believe that they could win the Stanley Cup potentially. But thank you for the pro tip, Gabriel. I much appreciate it. Coughlin and Suzuki tried to get the game-winning goal. They were looking the game-tying goal. Sorry, they were looking incredibly good. And bullshit. 7.9 seconds left. A penalty called. 2 men on the ice as after the Panthers fanned on 2 empty net chances. And I put no. It wasn't just because Dauphin hesitated that the too many men was called. That is when too many men are on the ice for longer than Dauphin. Dauphin stayed on the ice for about 3-4 seconds because he hesitated, saw the man was on, and he headed off. It's usually called when it's about a second or 2 longer. And or if the puck is played to the 6th or in this case 7th, yeah, so it's a bullshit penalty. We killed 5 for 6 on the PK tonight. Yeah. Yeah, final score 4-3 Panthers and final shots 41-33 Panthers as well. If a lot of prospects are ready, we might have a lot of trades on our hands. Showtime, I don't know about that. I don't know because I do think Petry's gone in the summer 100%. He wants out of Montreal still. I do think Chiarot, Petry is gone. I think Chiarot's gone too. No, but I think Petry's gone. I think we're going to look to deal Armia. I don't know if Hoffman's gone, though. I think we could trade Hoffman if the price is right, maybe say a first-round pick. But I don't know. I mean, technically, if we got a 7th even, it's a win for us. We get value because we signed him for nothing. Or we got him for nothing. It was a free agent acquisition. But yeah, I don't know if we deal Hoffman. Don't know if we deal Savard if he keeps playing the way he's been playing under St. Louis, which is not that bad. I don't know if we're going to trade a lot of our veterans, even if guys are ready. I think we want to give them a year or 2 in the AHL, probably just a year in the AHL to make sure, hey, let them dominate, let them get more ready. We'll deal with them when the time comes. Because you can't just say, oh hey, the Sean Farrell, for example, oh this guy's ready, get him in the top 6, trade out Hoffman, and then oh shit, he's not ready, but we don't have a guy who can replace him. We don't have Hoffman anymore. If somehow that happens to be the case, Yeah, Showtime. I could see maybe Mike Hoffman being traded at the draft for a first. I mean, there's always at the draft. There always seems to be that one guy who drops out of the top 10 and really crazily into say 18, 19. Like Caulfield. I think he was projected to go 8th and he went 15th to us. For example, I think if there's a guy maybe projected to go say 11th or 12th that's still there at say 21, 22, I think then Hoffman does maybe get dealt. I think it could be a situation like that. Hell, I think we maybe even take a 2nd if we can get a 1st the year after somehow, for example. Given the returns for Petry and for Chiarot and Lehkonen that we just got, Hoffman might go for 2 firsts. Ken Hughes and Jeff Gordon might be the type of players to get that going. But yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see what Hughes and Gordon do. I'll be excited. If we trade Hoffman, I'm going to trust them and think it's the right move. If it ends up not being it, that sucks. If it does, hell yeah. But only time will tell if we trade Hoffman and if we do what we get in exchange. So, yeah, we kill off the penalty because the face-off's in our zone. We have to put Allen back in net. Final shots are 4-3 Panthers. Final shots 41-33 Panthers as well. Allen is not at all to blame on this game. I think the only goal you could maybe but yeah, fuck, what was I about to say? But yeah, Allen, maybe the only goal you could maybe blame him on is that fourth one, but even then, I believe there was a screen in front. Every other goal he played really well on, and just, yeah, players in front of him just kind of didn't do good. If I were the Leafs, I'd rather play the Panthers rather than Boston or Tampa. Reason one, Tampa are back-to-back champs. Bruins always have the Leafs number. Florida has very little playoff experience. But Gabriel, to play Contrarian, if I'm the Leafs, I'd rather play Tampa because they're probably fucking tired. Almost a season's worth of playoff hockey in the last 2 seasons. They've played 200 and wait. Okay, so they're going to play 160. No, not 164 because last year 130. They've played almost 180 games, give or take, of hockey in the last year and a half. So they're going to be really tired come playoff time, especially their older players. You might be able to take advantage of that. You know, guys like McDonough, Stamkos, Perry, those guys are going to be really tired. Especially, you know, Corey Perry, because he made to the Cup Finals last year and the year before. You know, guys like him, you know, and they're guys who are slower, like McDonough, who's getting there. You know, exactly showtime. If I was Toronto, I'd just say fuck it, give me any of them. It's inevitable. First round loss, exactly showtime. But Gabriel, you know, Tampa again. You know, and yeah, the goaltending, yeah, Campbell versus Vasi, Campbell versus Swayman, or Campbell versus Bobrovsky. I think any of the teams Toronto's up against wins that 100%. You know, Vasi is better than Campbell. Swayman is better than Campbell. Bobrovsky is miles better than Campbell. You know, I don't think Jack Campbell has what it takes to be a starting goaltender in the NHL, especially not since the Maple Leafs fucked up and made him their starter after he had 30 games of good run. You know, I think whoever plays Toronto has the major advantage in goaltending. Defense might be a little bit tricky to decide. And then forward depth, I think Florida has Toronto's number. Boston maybe gets outplayed by Toronto offensively. And then Tampa obviously dominates Toronto offensively. So yeah, if I'm Toronto, oddly enough, the one team I might want to face is Boston because of the amount of offensive depth that they somewhat lack. The defense being a bit of an issue, and their goaltending, the only spot again that Boston maybe beats Toronto in. But then again, we said that the 2 years they played before, and look what happened. Oilers are getting showtime. Oilers are getting eliminated too. Oilers are getting eliminated first round too. Only Canadian team I say making it through is Calgary. Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, if Vancouver makes it through, depending on who they would play, which I think it would be Colorado, I want to say. Yeah, no, probably out first round most likely. But yeah, I see Calgary making it through. I think Calgary dominates into the Western Conference Finals, I think Calgary manhandles whoever they face in the first and second round into the Western Conference Finals right now. That's what I think personally. So yeah, guys, I'm going to go over the Montreal Canadiens stats like usual. I'm going to go over the stats, and then we're going to work on getting out of here because I've been live for about an hour. This sweater is surprisingly hot, and yeah, you know, we're gonna work on getting out of here. So Nick Suzuki, like usual, leads the Canadiens in goals, assists, and points. 18 goals, 28 assists, and 46 points. Cole Caulfield. Cole Caulfield. Sorry, boys. Cole Caulfield with 13 goals, 19 assists, 32 points. Arturi Lehkonen, who's no longer with the Canadiens, 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points. Rem Pitlick right behind him, 12 goals, 15 assists, 27 points. Josh Anderson, 15 goals, 10 assists, 25 points. Mike Hoffman, 12 goals, 12 assists, 24 points. Tyler Toffoli is no longer with the team, 9 goals, 14 assists, 23 points. Jake Evans, 9 goals, 12 assists, 21 points. Not bad for a third-line center. Jonathan Drouin, who now that I'm thinking about it, guys, I believe was held out of the lineup tonight. Yeah, Drouin was held out of the lineup tonight. Yeah, I just realized, Jerome was held out of the lineup. Shit. Five goals, 15 assists, 20 points. Chris Weidman, 2 goals, 16 assists, 18 points. Ben Chiarot, who is no longer with the team, 7 goals, 9 assists, 16 points. Christian Dvorak, 7 goals, 7 assists, 14 points. Do you think the defense is done for Montreal? Because I feel our top 6 is pretty much set with prospects. Yeah. Showtime, pretty much. You got guys like Jordan Harris, Justin Barron, Caden Gooley, Logan Mailloux, Alex Romanoff. That is 5 of your top 6 right there. And then if you get Sheneman or you get I can't think of his name, the other guy who we have to sign I think it's before like March 1st or something like that, or May 1st or something like that, or one of the other prospects, you're pretty much set. You are pretty much set with prospects. If anything, you have an over excess of prospects that you could sell 1 or 2 of them if you wanted. So yeah, Bergevin did incredible. Hughes and Gordon did great getting that one final for sure top 4 defenseman in Justin Barron, I think. And yeah, exactly. Yeah, Matthias Norlander, who I think will make the lineup. Jack Guy, who's apparently looking pretty good in the AHL. And yeah, Josh Brook, exactly. Showtime. Thank you. And yeah, exactly. Like Josh Brook, I think is going to be pretty okay. You could trade out 2 or 3 of those guys right there. And it's like, yeah, no, we're still covered defensively because you're probably going to have a veteran or 2 in the lineup, So yeah, Brandon Gallagher, who's out with a COVID. Actually, I lied. He's back to practice, just didn't play tonight. 5 goals, 9 assists, 14 points. Jeff Petrie, 4 goals, 10 assists, 14 points. Ryan Paling, who I believe is still hurt, unfortunately, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Brett Kulak, who's no longer with the team, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 points. Yoel Armia, 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. David Savard, Daddy, 2 goals, 8 assists, and 10 points. Alexander Romanov with 3 goals, 6 assists, 9 points. Very nice indeed. Michael Pezzetta, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Laurent Dauphin, the exact opposite, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points. Paul Byron, Big Daddy Paul, with 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points. Corey Sheneman with 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Sam Reinhart, who's in the AHL with 5 assists. Mathieu Perreault, who's also in the AHL, along with Jesse Leon. Perreault, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. Jesse Leon with a goal and assist, same as Kel Clegg, who's currently injured. Kel Clegg, he's another guy who can maybe make our lineup next year. Cedric Paquette, who's in the minors, as 2 assists. Lucas Vedamo and Raphael Ari-Pinard, all in the AHL, by the way, with 1 goal. Josh Brooks, or Adam Brooks, who's no longer with the team, had 1 assist. And Joel Edmondson still with 1 measly assist. But we didn't bring him in for offense, so I'm perfectly fine with what he's bringing to the team right now. So yeah, guys, we are going to work on getting out of here in just a moment, guys. I will answer any last-minute questions or comments as I start working on the outro. Hey, Ian Ortap, thanks for coming by, my guy. Unfortunately, you're coming right at the end of the stream, my guy. Who do you want more out of these 2, Wright or Slafkovsky? For me, I probably want Slafkovsky just because he's also got the size, and having him and Anderson in the top 6 would be good. Showtime, I understand. For me, I'm torn. I like Shane Wright because he's another good 2-way forward who's apparently got good offensive skills. Hey, Ian Ortap, don't worry about my guy. When I end the stream, there's always the replay. That's why I do the replay. That's why I don't just, all right, when we're done live, or private or unlisted. That's why I keep it public for people to go back and rewatch them later. But yeah, I like Wright's 2-way game, and I really like that he is set to be a pretty good first-line center. We'll probably have him as a second-line center. But at the same time, like you said, Slafkovsky seems to be another Anderson, really good goal scoring, really good size. Really like what the kids bring to the table. I'm torn. I'm fine with either or. If we get Wright or Slafkovsky, I'm very happy with either or. I might be leaning towards Shane Wright right now, though, just because he is the consensus number 1. The guy I want the most personally, though, right now is Matthew Savoy. I really want Matthew Savoy, and if I have to kill someone for the Habs to draft Matthew Savoy, if we get second or third, don't deny that I will. don't let it be known that I would. For the Habs to draft Matthew Savoy, I would kill for us to draft Matthew Savoy at second or third. Yes, Ortap, Morgan Geeky. I really like Morgan Geeky's brother, Connor Geeky. I believe it's Connor Geeky. I really like Connor Geeky. If somehow we fell way out of the top 3 and got, say, 7th or 8th, I'd love Connor Geeky. Unless somehow Cooley, Savoy, or Lambert are still there, which I don't think they will be. Cooley, I'm only saying because he's second overall, and if second overall projected goes to 7th, that'd be nice. Yeah, I love Connor Geekie. I think he'd be a great choice. I'm going to be a big fan of his wherever he goes, unless it is to Vegas, because fuck Vegas. And yeah, Logan Cooley, I'm not high on him. I'm still not high on Logan Cooley, honestly, right now. I see him being a good third, fourth line center in the NHL. Don't see him being something that the Habs need. And then exactly, Matthew Savoy. I love Matthew Savoy. Really, Lambert's ranking has dropped. Really, in our tap. Brad Lambert. If dude is dropping to like 12, 13, god damn it, I would leave it. Leave it to Beaver. No, leave it to Hughes and Gordon to probably go for him if he falls. And if Hoffman ends up becoming Brad Lambert for us somehow, I'd be more than happy with that. Okay. I can kind of see why Brad Lambert's stock is drafting with the Pelicans. In 49 games, he only has 10 points, so I can kind of understand. However, he's an 18-year-old playing in the fucking SM League already. That's pretty damn good. So, yeah, I don't know where he's projected to go right now. Well, he's playing up an age will playoff. Where's the player profile? There we go. But yeah, if Lambert's ranking, like, honestly, I wanted to keep dropping. Like, this is a fan of Lambert. If he drops to, say, 17, 18 by the end of the year, and Montreal trades to get Lambert, mwah, beautiful. Love that. Really big fan of Brad Lambert. I think he'd be great in the Canadiens. If we could somehow exit the draft with one of Wright or Savoy and Lambert, and then Jack Hughes, the better Jack Hughes, I think that's a big W. That's a big W. And pick up Marty St. Louis' son, who's eligible, I think, in like the 6th round. I think that's a big W right there, boys. I'm just saying. I think that's a big W. Gordon Hughes, praise Slavkovsky. Who's the one that has is it cancer or whatnot? Who's the one? Is that Ivan Miroshnichenko? I feel like that's Miroshnichenko, I think. But yeah, Gordon Hughes plays Slavkovsky and Wright in their interview. That's why I feel that's their targets. Probably Showtime. And I feel like Slavkovsky's probably the guy that they would pick at number 1 if it's not Wright, just because there's been rumors that they don't see Wright as the consensus number 1. I think we'll draft Kent Hughes some. Well, Showtime, that's the only thing is I believe he's projected to go 31st or 30th overall. So, I don't know. I feel like maybe we'll trade. I think we'll trade up. Maybe we'll give like an additional 6th to move, say, that first-round pick to jump up, say, 1 or 2 spots to pick him on the first round. I do think we would do that. It's going to be a minor price because you're probably only moving up 1 or 2 picks if he's still there. You know, so I'll be interested. It'll be interesting to see because we kind of have to draft the Jack Hughes. If it's not New Jersey, we kind of have to draft Kent Hughes' son. We kind of have to, you know, like why would we not draft Jack Hughes? Like the funny mem would be awesome. The funny mem would be cool to see both Jack Hughes in New Jersey. But come on, Kent Hughes, general manager, Jack Hughes' son playing for the Canadiens. Come on. That'd be great. Exactly, in our tap. Okay, thank you. He's projected around 22, 25. Then, yeah, I would think we'll use our second rounder and maybe like a 5th or maybe 2 4ths, for example, to trade up into that area to get Jack Hughes, I think. Unless Ken Hughes starts fucking threatening general managers, don't you fucking pick my son, I'll beat the shit out of you. I mean, I'm just saying. Maybe. Player of the game, Shane Wright. Yeah, no fucking shit, Shane Wright's the player of the game. But yeah, Nemec, the D-man. Yeah, I like Nemec. I think Simon Nemec's going to be a good top 4 D-man. I see him being a pretty okay top 4 D-man. I'm looking at the 22 NHL mock draft right now, guys. At least I'm trying to. If this site wants to load for me. Can someone tell me where Brad Lambert is projected to go right now? Danton Matvichuk's projected to go to Vancouver. That's interesting. So right now, Brad Lambert's projected 15th. Exactly in our tap. Yeah, Jackson refused to go to the other 31 teams. Hughes has that agent convincing brainwashing strategy. Exactly, Showtime, probably. Exactly. Like, here's the thing. If Brad Lambert falls to fucking 14 or 15, if, say, Vancouver stays where they are right now, they're set to pick 14th, I think Mike Hoffman in Vancouver would be a great fit. I like that's not even like to get the trade through. I legitimately think he'd be an amazing fit in Vancouver. I don't know why. I see Vancouver Canuck Mike Hoffman like really working out well. So if we could work a package for like Hoffman and say one of our prospects, one of our forward prospects for number 14 and get Brad Lambert, God, that'd be so good. Plus he plays right wing, so that's something we need as a right winger. I'd be more than happy with that. Plus, if we say get second or third and we get Slavkovsky, he's a left winger. God damn, that fills both our needs. We get a left winger at second, for example, with Slavkovsky. We got a center who can play right wing in Lambert. You know, that's awesome. And then, of course, Jimmy Snuggerud, elite name. Owen Beck. That's another guy I like. I really like Owen Beck. Dan Matichuk, I like him too. Jack Hughes is currently projected to go. Is he projected to go anywhere? Is he not projected to go in the first round anymore? According to this site, yeah, this site says that Jack Hughes will not go in the first round. Nemec is a beast. Oh, God. Farrell, Slavkovsky, Farrell, Lambert is the line. Holy shit. Oh, I love that showtime. Fucking, yeah, you can get Slavkovsky on the right wing potentially, Lambert at center, Farrell at left wing. Unless Farrell plays center now, which if he does, I like that a lot. Damn, that's good. I like that. Unless you get Wright, for example, or you get Savoy, then that second – oh, no, yeah, because then you're getting rid of Slavkovsky. But, yeah, that second line would then become Farrell with Lambert, and in the middle, potentially Wright or Savoy. Damn, that's good. Yeah, Lambert fell from 10th a few months ago. Well, goddamn, I hope he keeps falling then. I love Lambert, but goddamn it, if he falls to, say, 20th, 21st, that makes our job a lot more easier. Also, my computer is kind of locking right now, so I'm sorry if I'm not responding right now. Matt Savoy is projected 8th. Jesus, that is good. Here's the thing, boys. If San Jose keeps falling, you could probably make a big brain move right here. You could probably trade like Yoel Armia and like a prospect and another roster player, like say Jeff Petrie somehow if he wants to go to San Jose, under the pretense that they want to rebuild San Jose. You could trade like Jeff Petrie or Mike Hoffman to not Mike Hoffman because they don't want him. Jeff Petrie to San Jose, for example. Mike Hoffman to Vancouver. If Savoy, and you could then use San Jose's pick to trade up to get Matt Savoy. If you somehow come out of the draft with Shane Wright, Matt Savoy, and fucking Brad Lambert, bro, just imagine, boys. We come out of the draft with our fucking center depth for the future looking like Nick Suzuki, Shane Wright, Brad Lambert, and Matthew Savoy. Lambert being able to play the right wing too. How good is that Cup team then? Don't put it past Hughes and Gordon. I think we will. Something tells me they've got something. Yes, we have Joshua Waugh too, exactly. So yeah, I feel like Shane Wright or Matt Savoy, I feel like one of them can play left wing. I don't know if one of them can, but yeah, that's going to be pretty good. San Jose will never take our scraps. Tap, I'm just saying. San Jose is delusional. They want to rebuild. I'm just saying. You need to move up by offering 2 later picks. Tap again. San Jose's fucking dumb. I'm just saying. They'd probably move their first-round pick if we're giving them like Mike Hoffman or Jeff Petrie. I'm just saying. But yeah, guys, I'm going to start getting out of here because I'm getting very, very excited over the draft. And Shane Wright can play left wing, center, and right field. Oh, thank you, Intertap. Damn, so he can play all 3 positions then. Hell yeah. All right, so if he can play center and the wing, that's going to be good for me. I'm really happy about that. Because then you can move right to the ring. You can move him into the wrestling ring. You can move him into the left wing or the right wing. If you're weak on left wing, you move right there. Right on left wing. If you're weak on right wing, move Lambert or right there. That is great. I love that. Holy shit, dude. Wow, I'm getting so excited for the draft, and I probably shouldn't because the draft lotto is more than likely gonna fuck over Montreal somehow. Don't be surprised if it somehow does, boys. I don't want to get my hopes up. I don't want to get my hopes up, but I'm probably going to. Imagine Price and Right on the same. Exactly, Showtime. The Price is Right. The fucking Price is Right. Exactly, Showtime, my guy. That will be legitimate. That will be legit. But yeah. So yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share on everything, which includes, but is not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, guys. My name is Harris. Subscribe to join the Puff Club. Subscribe to the HT Club. Subscribe to join the Mod Squad. Let's go say hi to Coach Frenchie and drop. Oh, is Coach Frenchie live right now? Is Coach Frenchie live? Should we go rate him? I haven't talked to that dude in a while. Coach Frenchie, is he live? I keep forgetting what his show is. This is the Hockey Nation live show. I feel like looking up Coach Frenchie is going to be really bad. Yeah, Hockey Nation live show. Yeah, Hockey Nation live show. If Coach Frenchie's still live, we'll go rate him. I look up Coach Frenchie and it just gives me, is Claude Giroux bilingual? Tell him I sent you. Hockey Nation. Hey, all right, let's go. I look up Hockey Nation live show. And it just gives me the NHL scores for today. This is beautiful. I have a love for hockey in the NHL. Hell yeah! All right, boys. So yeah, I'm gonna do my outro right now, and then to end the stream, we will go raid the Hockey Nation live show. So yeah, boys, we're gonna go tell them that Harry Rice and Enortap sent. So yeah, we're gonna tell them that Harry Rice and Enortap sent us. But yeah, guys, all that good stuff. Links in the description on the Amazon, which is the PO box and the PAL, the Amazon, the Discord, the Twitch, the speedrunning account, and Letterboxd are all in the description below as well. Hell yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, my name is Harris, and I am out. We're going to raid in a minute, guys, so don't go anywhere. Again. Yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Thank you for watching. That's going to do it for today's stream, guys. Love you guys. My name is Harris, and I am out. Stay classy, guys. I don't know, remember, no matter how bad we are, like this year, or how good we are, like last year, go Habs go, baby. That's going to do it again. My name is Harris. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for the 7 likes. I appreciate it. Those who came by. You guys are awesome. So yeah, we are going to go raid the Coach Frenchie, We are going to go raid Coach Frenchie in the Hockey Nation live show, boys. I almost copied the link and put it in his own chat. I don't think that's going to do anything. I love you in our tattoo, my guy. Guys, let's go raid the Hockey Nation live show and Coach Frenchie. Love you guys. My name is Harris. See you guys in the future. Go raid Coach Frenchie. Love you guys. Stay classy, boys. Bye, guys. Peace. Bye.